This Once Human guide is all about the best early farming build. Now let me tell you about this. It's cheap, it's only 13,000 star crom. This will speedrun early content whenever you jump onto a new server for the first and second weeks. It's absolutely goated, alright? And this is super easy to max star. It's one of the greatest builds for the second phase and beyond, as in you've jumped to a new server, it's week 1, it's week 2. Once you hit week 3, it falls off a little bit, but this is going to give you such a massive economic super advantage and put you ahead of everyone else in the rat race. Now, what this build does not do is it is not going to maximize your DPS on Prime Wars. You're not going to get top 4, but it is high enough for you to get the 3 crate prize just by shooting the boss a few times. It also is not a speedrun build for bossing in hard mode, but it does clear pretty fast, just not the fastest. And it is not a huge DPS on a target dummy build. I know all the YouTubers with build guides like to show off, oh, target dummy DPS, look at my huge numbers. This build does not do that. But real quick, I'm just going to shoot a target dummy, no food buffs really. I have one for HP ticking right now, but this is a critical pulse build. And I know I have text in the way. Critical pulse, it's a crossbow. And let me just show you the DPS, just get it out of the way because I know people scroll the videos. You can see here, again, it's not very high, 28,000. It'll pump up a bit to 30k. And no, I'm not using food buffs, and I'm not, debuffing it with anything else. And if I did, yeah, the DPS would be much higher, sure. We got 50k there, and so on and so forth. But here's the thing. This build is not based around dealing maximum DPS. It's based around dealing enough DPS to quickly clear silos, but also maximize your run speed, clear speed, acid farming speed, Stardust source farming speed, and so on. It's meant to get you as much energy links as early and as fast as possible, while getting you through all the zones and quests as fast as possible, faster than any other build in the game. So let's start with the weapon. The weapon is the Critical Pulse, and I'm going to teach you the best way to juice this up. Now, depending on how far away you are when you watch this video in time, this may or may not be as effective, but right now, what you should do in order to get this weapon and give it as much star upgrades as possible is as follows. What you're going to do is you're going to go to a wish machine, and you're going to go to the blueprint shop so that you can just straight up buy weapons. You go to crossbow, and you spend 8,000 on it. Alright, now what that's going to do is just unlock the weapon for you completely. Alright, now once you've done that, then what you're going to do is you're going to push F3, and then go to Novice Event, and then you're going to clear the Rift Space Novice Event, and the reward is the Critical Pulse Blueprint. So that's going to give you a bunch of star upgrades right there. Then after that, you're going to go to the Wish Machine, and if you're watching this within the time frame up till June 11th, you can simply just hit the Wish Machine box, spin some Star Crom, and get more Critical Pulse fragments here and here. Then finally, after all of that, all you got to do is do some quick runs through Mana Bus, collecting all of the Morphic crates, and here's the ones that you should get in particular. So here is currently all the fragments that you can use to juice this sucker up even further beyond. And once you have a 6-star legendary weapon, you don't need to 6-star anything else because you can just transfer the 6 stars onto anything else in the game you want to play. Very simple stuff. So starting off is the rocket launcher, which is in the crafting mimetic. And there was an exploit with this where you just join a server, you level up a bit, you open your mimetics. You go right here to crafting, and then you just unlock the rocket launcher, and you would get the fragments for it, and then you would just exit the server, join a new one, unlock it again, and you would have infinite operator fragments. I think this is getting fixed. I haven't actually tried to see if this works post-patch, but it did work previous patch. Next up is the MG4 Predator, machine gun, Hammer Brahmini sniper rifle, and R500 Memento pistol. These are wish machine draws, so depending on when you watch this video, you just go to the wish machine, you push F on it, and then you look through what is being offered. So right now it's Last Valor, Kuma Wink, and Critical Pulse. So if you happen to see any of those 3 weapons being offered by the wish machine, just gamble for them and get them. Now, the rest of these are mystical crates in Mana Bus. I am not listing stuff for Way of Winter. I might make a separate video for that if this game gets more popular, but it's kind of dying and on its way out. But the Dusty, Blue Tiger, Icy Rain, Icebreaker, and Stun Baton, you can all feed into the Critical Pulse crossbow to maximize its damage. And if you need to know where these are located, I have a video just for you. Might be in the description, otherwise search the channel. It's called Every Mana Bus Mystical Crate Location in Extreme Detail, and I mean extreme detail. Now, the way to use this video is all you gotta do is scroll through here and look at the top of the thumbnail and look for what you need. So if we scroll here, this is Dual Fury, G17 Dusty, right? So you would just click this right here in the video, and then follow my exact steps and instructions on how to get to the G17 Dusty Mystical Crate, and you would just rinse and repeat. And, you know, I really need to timestamp this video. I don't think I have not timestamped this yet, but I'll get around to it one day. Now, let's talk about the weapon blueprint, which would be Portable Style. Portable Style, what it does, let me see if I can pull it up on the screen here, is it gives you run speed. It gives you mobility while firing. It gives you 12.5% movement speed, so you don't have to do that stupid jank, try-hard, pro-gamer, jump melee bullcrap. You can just have your crossbow out and run through the dungeon. Less button pushing means less wear and tear on your hands, and more farming time overall, okay? And get it with double elemental damage. You don't need crit or anything of the sort. Elemental damage is more than fine. So for the mod, you want to have what is called Static Shock. Alright, and you get this from the tree boss. You can see at the bottom in the gold text, obtained by fighting the Trent on the Gaia Cliff Monolith. That's where you get it. And now every guide ever is going to tell you to get the mod Power Surge and not Talents. But let me tell you, that's silly, okay? And while technically, yes, Power Surge would deal slightly more damage, it's way harder to get, way harder to farm. And here's how I get my weapon mods. I'm not spamming bosses. What I do is I go up here to the mod menu, and then I go to mod conversion, and with this build, you're going to be infinitely rich. Alright, and then you just go to weapon mod, you go up here to Power Surge, you go to Static Shock, and then you just click Talents, and then you just autofill, and you just start rolling for 20,000 energy links each. Look, I have 3.9 million, I can literally fund an entire new build if I want to. This is how I get all of my mods. And you may be wondering, well, how do you get so many energy links? How do you get so many of these different mod things? And that's what this build is specifically for. This build is so that you can farm energy links. This build is so that you can farm tons and tons and tons of mods. Like if I go to armor mods and let's say I want quick toss, well, look how much I got. Well, I've been rolling a lot of new builds, but I would normally have 400 to 500 mods like on here for just about everything. And yeah, I just finished yet another build. Might make a video for it if this one does well. But the point is, this build enables you to rapidly super farm. So let's go over Static Shock. What does Static Shock do exactly? Well, it gives you less Power Surge status duration. That sounds bad. Let me tell you what status is. Power Surge status does not deal damage. It just makes the enemy be crappier at aiming at you. Who cares? We are a move speed build. We're going to be moving so fast that no enemy in the game, boss or normal monster, can hit us. That's the defense of this build. We move so fast, nothing will land hits on us, even with homing attacks. We just keep running, and we just gotta go fast, okay? But this increases Power Surge damage by 20%, all right? And now I want to talk about the 4 mods that you get on your weapon real quick, too, or the 4 mods that you get on this. You want elemental damage. That's what talents will do. Then you want status damage. This one's a little bit harder and rarer to get. And then, now believe me here, you want damage to normal enemies, not elite enemies. I have elite on this one because I'm lazy. You want normal damage, and that will help you clear dungeons faster. We already deal so much damage that the bosses will melt anyway, and the dungeons we farm have an immunity mechanic, so DPS is not a major concern. Farming speed is, okay? And then reload speed bonus. Now, reload speed bonus on crossbows doesn't currently work the way it should. However, Starry Sky, the people that made this game, have promised that they are fixing this in the next big upcoming patch. I'm filming this in late May, and there was just a patch, but it's promised, it's coming, and when it happens, you're gonna feel it. Now, your accessories don't matter. Like, the weapon comes with the optic, and you can use whatever ammo you want. And the great thing about crossbows is for ammo, you get it back automatically if you have a setting. You go to settings, and under gameplay, scroll down a bunch, and you're going to find something called auto take. turn this on, make it say yes, and whenever you kill enemies and you run by them, it will automatically loot your crossbow bolts back. And another great thing about the crossbow is that you shoot so slowly and you shoot one at a time that you almost never have to repair this, and you almost never ever have to craft ammo for it. I crafted like 400 tungsten AP arrows 3 weeks ago, and I'm down to 200, right? And I play every day, okay? And I also have the suppression arrows just if I want to deal more damage. But again, like, you're not going to run out of ammo as long as you're running by what you kill. If you're not, like, sniping targets far away, yeah, the crossbow bolt's gone forever. But if you're, you know, running and gunning, which is what this build is all about, is gotta go fast, then you're going to be picking up those crossbow bolts, especially in a linear dungeon that's filled with small hallways. Now, let's talk about your offhand weapon. This one is not super necessary. It just speeds up bossing a tiny little bit. And that is the DE50 Wildfire. Now, a lot of people are like, oh, use Bingo, use Bingo. Bingo costs more. This is cheaper. It's easier to use. And that is the pistol DE50 Wildfire right here. Now, for the blueprint, you want to use Rapid Shot Style because not only do you shoot faster to apply the debuff faster, which applies bullseye to targets, it also gives you more bullets, aka more magazine capacity. You can absolutely feel this one, okay? You don't have to juice this up or level up or even calibrate it, doesn't matter. And the stats on the blueprint don't matter. I have double crit rate, which is nice, but it's not necessary because this is just a little debuff weapon. Now, where do you get the mod here, which is Vulnerability Amplifier? You get it from the Spider Boss. And all you need is Vulnerability Amplifier, and the only attribute effect you need on this is the bullseye's duration, which is you're not even gonna notice it, so you don't even really need it. You don't have to juice this up. I just do it because I had, you know, a bunch of currency to blow. But whatever, it's not that important. Now, for accessories, this is important, and you want the extended pistol mag so that you will have more bullets to shoot before having to reload so you can debuff more often. Where do you get the extended pistol mag? Well, let me show you. I'm going to hide the text. And right here is a Blackfell. This is Mana Bus, by the way. Here's Blackfell, the 5th town. Go north of Blackfell, directly north. You're going to see a teleport tower called the Giant Stairs Teleportation Tower. But right here at this little crossroads, there's like a dark area. You go right there. There's a tiny little puzzle doorway thing. You just walk through a doorway that matches a color. The game will show you what to do, and then you loot it, and then that's it. That is how you get that weapon accessory. Oh, and the DE Wildfire, you just buy it for 2,000 from the Wish Machine. Super duper useful. Next up, your melee weapon is super not important, but just use a stun baton. You don't need calibrations. You don't need to even use an upgraded one. You don't need to do anything with it. Just to have it so you could do that one silo where you have to hit the electrical thingies to fight the side boss. That's it. No, you don't need a kukri. No, you don't need those stupid little ice. Do I have any of these little things? There's these little ice block things you can throw on the ground, these sticky ice crystals. You throw it on the ground, you use the kukri to break it, and now you have more damage. You don't need that. That's a waste of time. This is a silo farming build and an open world farming build. You don't need to maximize your DPS like an autistic Spurg. Just freaking go with the stun baton, and you don't need to calibrate it for lightweight style because you just pull your crossbow out, and that's 12.5% move speed, and yeah, that's all you're going to need. Now, for your helmet, you're going to be using the Mayfly goggles. Well, I can't speak, even though I'm a YouTuber. Alright, so for the skins, bro, this is a starter farm build. You just use any skin, it doesn't freaking matter. But if you want to be a super duper tryhard min-maxer for this build for some reason, even though this is just a farm build, you can use the Cave Bear skin. Let me show you what that does. Cave Bear skin, it gives you, when you take damage, you expend 10 energy, which is your stamina, I guess, and it recovers 10% HP every 30 seconds. So, ooh, you got hit by a mob, and you're going to be shielded in these dungeons anyway, so you're not really taking damage. You'll be taking shield damage, so this doesn't even really kick in. And you may be wondering, well, I don't want to breed bears to get cave bear skins. Bro, all you got to do is feed these little wish boxes Cortex level 3s or Stardust energy drinks. I might make a whole video on these little fuckers, but that's all you do. You feed them Stardust energy drinks, and then they shit out, you know, golden skins for you. You don't have to breed animals like a cuck, okay? Now, for the mod, you're going to be using Workup Proficiency. Why? Because whenever you reload, you get 20% elemental damage, and you're going to be reloading with this weapon, like, constantly, because it's a crossbow. Duh. And you're going to get it with elemental damage, status damage if you can, damage versus normal enemies, and reload speed. And you'll note, this is like a freaking perfect roll. This is 5, 5, and 5, although I have a defensive stat, like, who cares, right? But pretty damn good one right here. Oh, and you get this from Securement Silo Alpha, but like I said, just freaking farm. I'm going to teach you how to farm with this build towards the end of the video, so you don't have to go farm Alpha. You can just go farm Theta instead a bunch, and then just craft this. That's how I got this. I didn't farm Theta for it. I didn't do Prime Wars. I didn't do all that tryhard crap. I just farmed dungeons on my own free time. Next up is the mask mod. You're going to be using Thunderclap, and after you trigger Power Surge 20 times, the next hit summons Celestial Thunder, and hit can be anything. You can switch to your pistol and shoot, and that will thunderclap it. And the thing is that it's triggering Power Surge. So this thing is an AoE weapon that's going to be hitting multiple targets. So you're going to be triggering Power Surge very, very quickly, very, very often. It's not like, oh, I got to shoot 20 crossbow bolts until I get this to proc. No, it procs very, very often, so it is perfect for this build. Now, for the skin, Dreamy Rabbit Fur, you're going to have to breed rabbits like a dork, okay? Or hopefully someone on your server sells rabbit skins, I don't know. Or just get wool. Wool is a 2% damage decrease. Whoop-de-freaking-do, 2%! Oh my god, I'm going to freaking cream! Where do you get wool? Go up here to this little white zone. Again, this is Blackfell. I know, damn it, there's text on the screen. This is Blackfell. You go northwest to this, like, salt flats area. Take the giant stairs teleport tower, and there's a bunch of goats around here. Just kill the goats, get normal wool. It's fine. This is not a try-hard build. All right, so for your gloves, you are going to be using... Oh, I forgot to talk about the mask. Renegade mask gives you reload speed bonus, 15%. Doesn't work right now, but it will in the future patch. Your Mayfly goggles doubles your trigger count on Power Surge. Whoops! I'm not re-recording this shit. No one's going to watch it anyway. So, heavy-duty gloves. What does this do? Well, the 3-piece set gives you 20% move speed and 40% elemental damage, which is really good. It decays over 8 seconds. One of the best sets for speed runs. Now, let's get the text back on the screen. What mod do you want? You want Status Enhancement, deals status damage. Wow! Damage! Oh, and the skin... All the glove skins do is give you yield bonus. Like, who cares? You don't need any skins. Just use whatever you got. Deer hide, who cares? All right, for your shoes, you're going to be using Covered Advance. If you don't take damage in 4 seconds, which you're going to be running and gunning, so you're not going to take a lot of damage, this buff is pretty much always going to be up. It's just more damage. All right, now for your skin, you're going to be using deer or wolf skins, because this will give you either sprint speed for deer or movement speed for wolf. All right, and deer, let me show you where to get deer and wolf real quick. Why not? All right, so deer, my favorite place to farm deer on Mana Bus, you go right here to the Dayton Wetlands. That's where you start the game. And right here at this teleportation tower, East Brookham Teleport Tower, okay? We go here, and just for reference, this is the monolith. Monolith agreed. We are at the east of that, okay? Deer are right here and right here across the street. Come on, game. Let me mark it. And screw it, just look at my cursor spinning, okay? Like right in here, there's a bunch of deer, and right here, there's a bunch of deer. You kill them all, you skin them, you teleport back to the tower, because you can teleport anywhere now. Swap worlds, run back, murder all the deer, skin them, milk them, whatever you do. Now for wolves, go down to the bottom left corner. Down here, not at Chalk Peak, but at Broken Delta. In Broken Delta, again, this is a week 1 area. You go to this tower, Rotten Saddle. Smells like Rotten Saddle. And, is it? Yeah, it's... Wait. Maybe... No. Wrong. No, we go to Gaia Cliff Teleportation Tower, which is southwest of Gaia Cliff Monolith. You go right here. It's on a big old mountain. And then there's wolves down the mountain and right down here at the base of the mountain, too. There's a bunch of wolves. Kill them. Yoink that teleport tower. Swap worlds. Kill more wolves. Easy skins. The chest piece is the Rustic jacket. What does this do? Well, the 1 set bonus gives you movement speed plus 8. And trust me, you may be thinking, what a joke video. Why am I wearing green quality armor? You troll. This is not a troll. I'm being serious. That 8% move speed is way more than what you're thinking it is. It is like an addition to your base movement speed, which is going to massively increase your movement speed even further beyond when you have these damn skins and when you have food buffs. It makes you run insanely fast. You need this armor, so don't skip on it. You're going to be using Resist Advantage with talents, of course, and Wasteland Wolf Skin is what you'll use to get run speed. Everything else can just heal you or make you cold resistance. Like, who cares? It's mana bus, right? Don't play Way of Winter. That's stupid. And again, same mods. Resist Advantage. When you're out of combat, you gain damage reduction up to 5 times. 50% damage reduction when you do get hit by a drill mob or a boss attack. Really freaking saves the day. Now, for your pants, you're going to be using the Heavy Duty Pants for that set bonus. And you're going to be using Abnormal Increase. So when the magazine is empty, that is, when you reload it, you get more status damage, 10%. So it stacks 3 times. It's going to stack, okay? It's going to stack a bunch. And again, you get the same exact mods as everything else. Elemental damage, status damage, damage versus normal enemies, and reload speed bonus. Woo! For your deviation, you'll be using the Festering Gel because there are times when bosses hit you and you want to heal, but also when you're chain running dungeons and you're running through zones and doing loot runs, you need a little fucker here that's going to heal you up, but also make your sanity maxed out so that you're not getting chased by that stupid thing that drags you under the ground. Okay, you don't want to get low sanity. This is not a low sanity build. I might make a video in the future with a really good low sanity build that does tons of damage, and it's really good at farming pro mode dungeons. But again, just use the damn Festering Gel. Don't use anything else. Yeah, you could use a DPS. You know, you could use the wolf, or you could use the little tentacle monster thing. I forget what it's called. But you don't need the damage, and you don't need anything to tank for you because you're a little zoom character. For your food and drink buff, you're going to be using Stardust Ratatouille. I believe that's how it's pronounced. I don't know. Let's see. So what does that do? What does Stardust Ratatouille do? Let me hide the text for you. And it gives you movement speed. That's right. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, the Shell Break mod that's supposed to give you healing over time doesn't work. The game is buggy as hell. It's a Chinese game. It is what it is. It doesn't work. And buffing this sucker up with Chefosaurus and the Gourmand stove and all that stuff, you're not going to notice it. I don't think it technically works with this food anyway, so don't worry about it. Just get yourself Stardust Ratatouille. How do you make this thing? It's real simple. You go to Cradle, and you go to Memetics, and then you go to Logistics, and then you learn Dishes 3. In Dishes 3, you have Stardust Ratatouille. Take salt, corn, oil, and deviated cabbage. Now, you're going to find a ton of deviated cabbage just running around in the Blackfell regions up north up here. But if you want to farm cabbage seeds, you go down here to Myers Market, okay? And let me show you where to get some easy cabbage, all right? So when you're in Myers Market, again, I'm just going to show you the whole damn thing because people will get lost otherwise. Hurry up and load game. I have a supercomputer. Let's go. Freaking game. Every patch gets slower. Yes, we have this stupid game mode where you can jump high. I don't like it. I think it's dumb. Here's the teleport tower. From the teleport tower, you're going to travel southeast. And then out of the teleport tower, you're going to run southwest. There's a little farm there with some beets. Whoop-de-freaking-do. You're going to continue towards the right, which is now facing west. And then there's a bunch of cabbages here. You can loot the cabbages, get those cabbage seeds, and then grow them in your freaking garden. And if you don't know how to get corn, there was corn all around that area that I just showed, and salt. You freaking scoop water out of the ground and boil it. It's not hard. Of course, you have to get salt water, not dirty, fresh water, whatever. It's not fresh, it's dirty. Shoot Mitsuko in the butt there. And then for the drink, again, you just need deviated corn or deviated wheat, and you have to unlock that with the brewing barrel. So again, we go back to logistics. You scroll down, you unlock brewing barrel. That'll give you the normal corn and malt ale. And then when you're at a stove, and again, the stove buffs do not matter. Don't worry about min-maxing it. When you select malt ale or corn ale, you change it to the deviated version, and that will do Stardust corn ale or Stardust malt ale. They do the same thing. It doesn't matter which one you pick. Let's get that text back on the screen because people need it. And then where is it at? Well, all this does, it gives you sprint speed. That's it. That's all it does. More movement speed. Yeehaw, cowboy. The Soul Benji, I don't want to wear the green and the purple. It makes me look like a plebe. Can I wear, is there a legendary alternative? No. And the reason why is none of the set bonuses are good enough. Also, when you are starting out on a fresh freaking server for the first time and you need to craft this gear fast, okay, and you go to craft armor, guess what? When you craft legendary armor, it takes way more materials than crafting the cheap stuff. So you're going to be able to get your set up and running. It's also way easier to max out the stars on not only the Rustic jacket, of course, but like things like the heavy duty set. Just use that mystical crate video I made. I made it for a reason, and you can max out the stars on these. You're going to be pumping mad freaking huge damage with this weapon, okay, early on. And yes, after week 2 or week 3, when everyone's got their builds up and running, yeah, you're not going to hit number 1 on the Prime War boss, but by then you will have farmed up enough everything to build your boss nuking set, okay? This is a normal monster clearing set, and it works if you're clearing normal monsters on even Nightmare mode. You swap to your boss killing set, your damage versus great one set, whenever you are fighting bosses. This build makes you run and travel insanely fast. So when you go to Blackfell and you do a big old supply scrap run and you're running all over the town looting all the boxes, this is the build you want to use. When you are farming right here, Securement Silo Theta, let's go right now. When you're farming this dungeon on hard mode and you are maxing out your energy links and your Stardust source so you can sell to other players because they're too lazy to farm it themselves, this is the build to use. Let me go ahead and show you, and I'm just going to tell you right now, the first run you do is slower, so I'm going to do a run off camera and then show you the second run, because the second run you get those buffs stacked. Alright, so we had a 2-minute run. Now, that's not very fast, but let's do the second run, and I'm just going to quickly go over what I'm doing. So, again, we are going to swap to crossbow for that move speed bonus, and we're going to run through the dungeon. We're checking. We're going to shoot this, AoE, kill everything here, loot it, get some free acid. Also, when we kill things, we get a move speed bonus. Now, I forgot to eat food buffs. So we can eat that Stardust Corn Ale, there we go, eat the Stardust Ratatouille, and now we're gonna be real zooms. And now we run through, kill these guys. We need to hit this little floaty thing for the loot. And yeah, we're running and gunning. We could kill this, but who cares? I'm just gonna kill that. There we go, swap to pistol, because I need to debuff this guy. Get a little 4 shots, he's debuffed. And again, this guy, a little tough. But it is what it is. There we go. And I know other builds kill this faster. It's not about how fast we can kill that little freak. It's about how fast we move through the dungeon. That's the whole secret to the build. We're going to loot this guy. There we go. Got him. Pop Deviant to get a shield. And I'll go over the Deviation Cradle stuff in a bit, though. You should be not smooth-brained enough to figure that stuff out yourself. You shouldn't have to have a YouTuber tell you these things, okay? Also, yes, there's text on the screen that doesn't really match what I'm talking about anymore. I'll remove it later, but look how fast I'm zooming through this dungeon. Boom, we're already at the boss. Isn't that swell? Alright, and then we're just going to debuff the boss with our Wildfire. There we go, and then start shooting him. And removing his, half his life bar so that we can force him into phase 2. There we go, eliminate puffball spores. There's 1 eliminated. There's 2 eliminated. Look how fast I just run around. And you want to get used to, like, strafe jumping so that enemies just cannot track you or target you. Even when slowed by the little watch power thingy majigs. Alright, then we collect the loot, super duper simple, and then we exit dungeon, and that run was 1 minute 38 seconds. Then we start another run, and you just do this over and over and over, and you will get so much Stardust Source, and so many energy links, and so many mods, and this is on hard mode. This is not on normal mode. This is on hard mode, and you'll notice I have a little buff here in the middle of my screen. You see my life bar, and you see that little, it's like a little swirly circle thing that says 3. Okay, that means that when I shoot a crossbow bolt, it's going to do AoE damage and stick to the enemy. So while I'm moving and dodging, like I'm still dealing damage to the enemy here, right? So I can shoot and just leave and just finish off enemies. Now, obviously, I'm missing this guy a bunch and not critting, and I didn't debuff him first. And he's a pretty beefy boy, but I kill him because he gives the I forget what it's called. It's like the weapon mods for frugal and energy, and it's really scenario specific. Also, I didn't summon Deviant for shield there, but it is what it is. And again, this build, it moves so incredibly fast through dungeons, and it deals enough damage to get the dungeon done very quickly. Now, I could swap to a build that does 150,000 damage unbuffed, and I'm going to run this about 30 seconds slower than this build. regardless, okay? So debuff the boss, start dealing damage over time, and again, we're just popping those nasty leg cyst thingies on it. Kill the puffball, kill the puffball. You get the idea. I don't need to sit here and do a million freaking dungeon runs the whole time. And then, you see that drill guy coming at me? Look, I just do a jump strafe, he doesn't hit me, right? Now, that little watchtower guy did, but that's fine. That's why you bring the Festering Gel. You go over here, you drop the gel, you get your sanity back, you get your HP back. Boom, it's time for the next run. You see how fast this is? It's insanely fast. And if I don't kill that one little creature, I can clear this in under a minute, dude. Now, weeks 1 and 2, because you're farming so hyper fast, you have so much Stardust source, you have so much energy links that you can literally control the entire economy here at the Harvester's Market. And whenever you are able to undercut everyone with Stardust source, and they all need Stardust source, you make so much freaking money with your shop. But also, you can use Stardust source to generate acid in 2 different ways. If you make your own warband, you can simply just trade Stardust source for acid at a 10-to-1 ratio, which is not really ideal, in my opinion. But if you are a connoisseur of the alt accounts, which is now being deemed a bannable offense, so, you know, we'll just say that if you're a connoisseur of having a bunch of friends with the right memetics, you can have one with the furnace where you can convert acid at a 4-to-1 ratio with Stardust source. And again, you have infinite Stardust source, so that means you now have infinite acid, but because you are AoE clearing mobs with your crossbow, they also drop tons and tons of acid, and if you do the Blackfell scrap run and kill mobs along the way, that's also hundreds of acid. Now, if you want to learn more about these scrap runs I keep talking about, if you don't already know what that is, that's fine, that's okay. I've got a video just for you. It looks just like this. It is called Once Human, the best farm route for scraps, mods, rubber, electronic parts, metal, cloth, crystals. Alright, and again, you could probably find it in the description down here, or you can just search my channel. Alright, it looks like this. It's got the ugly looking, gross creature on the thumbnail. Whatever, I was just putting this on to troll someone on my server. Oh, he used me in his thumbnail, that jerk. I hate Swabinji so much. Meh. Alright, I'm a bit of a troll. It is what it is, but it explains and shows the full scrap run. So go check that out if you haven't already, if you don't know what I'm talking about. And again, I make these videos for a future version of myself that has forgotten how to do all this stuff. So when you think that I'm talking to you rudely or intensely, bro, I'm just speaking to me, a future version of me. 10 years later, hopefully a millionaire, hopefully, you know, super muscular and slimmed down, not as fat, way healthier. And, yeah, we'll see what happens. Probably not. We're probably all going to die in a meteor strike in 2030. And yes, I'm aware that there are builds that let you run faster, but this build mixes damage, mobility, tankiness, and just a lack of having to repair and a lack of having to craft ammo. And it makes it the ultimate, best, fastest, most reliable, easiest to acquire, and easiest to max out farming build in the entire freaking game. So if I had to start a new account, which who knows, with the way this game's stupid ban policies are, like, you can literally report people now if they upset you. It's so dumb. Like this guy, I'm not actually gonna report him, but there's a new reason for reporting here. It's oh, I actually can't scroll down. Really? There's oh, nice. you can't scroll down anymore, right? But there's a reason. It's like maliciously annoying other players or some stupid crap like that. And yeah, so that means no more summoning your car and ramming Primor bosses because it puts them in a stun lock animation and prevents them from going to the next phase, which they die at the same speed anyway, but people are dumb and they don't realize that, and they get all upsetty spaghetti, and like the entire server chat will just whinge and complain and screech for hours on end that you, how dare you ram the Primor boss with your car, how dare you have fun with your toys, and yeah, it's bannable now. Multi-accounting is bannable, that's right. Having all these little extra bases, these are my friends, these are not my accounts. These are not, I don't care if their name is SwoAlt2 and SwoAlt1 or whatever, okay? That's not me, that's my friends, that's an actual person on a completely different computer and IP address, okay? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Anyway, here's the Cradle, okay? This is for, Mana Bus. We got the anti-phase because this is a crossbow build. We have tactical combo because when you swap weapons or reload, and you're always reloading, you get a weapon damage bonus. I like Deviant Energy Defense because all you got to do is summon your Deviant and unsummon it, and you get a little shield. It's really nice, okay? So, what else is there to show you? There is Deadly Combo, which is not supposed to be equipped. Why? Dude, the patch messed up my cradles. Really? Really, patch? Actually, you know what it is? I was on a Lunar server, and now it became this stupid gravity bullcrap. This is the dumbest game mode ever. It's not fun. It's stupid. I don't want to play only up, but on free Chinese, slop game. Alright, let's just go over this. Okay, so we got anti-phase because we're using a crossbow. We got tactical combo because we reload. Status enhancement because we hit weak spots. Why not? Deviant energy defense so we can get a shield when we summon the little gel. We have Elemental Sense for more damage. We have Marked Strike because we do use Bullseye on our offhand for bossing. And then, why is there... Alright, then we have Rapid Aid because, why not? I don't know. What else are you going to use? Aerial Suppression, who cares about being airborne? This game mode sucks. This game mode is stupid. Alright, and then we have Transient Impact because we are a Power Surge build. It's really that simple. Again, you can figure this stuff out yourself depending on what game mode you're playing. By the time you watch this video, all this stuff's going to be different anyway. You're like... there's always a comment. Can you update the cradle for me? How about you just hover over each little bubble and read what it does and pick all the things that deal power surge or elemental damage? Wow. Anyway, that's the guide, that's the build, that's the video. I've got another one that I can make about a bounce build. It's pretty damn good and easy to make, and it's easy to play. It's super tanky. It farms pro mode dungeons and even Nightmare rather fast. It's easy to gear up for. It's not complicated. The mods don't have to be juicy, big buffed up, YouTuber style with massive DPS. It's super fun to play. If this video does well, maybe I'll make it, maybe not, but might be homeless soon. Might be homeless soon. I don't know, man. Money just ain't there anymore. So I guess I'll go live in the streets. Done it before, do it again, whatever. But with that said, not really your problem, but if you want, click that thanks button, leave a donation. Really helps, to have nice big numbers on a pay stub when I try to apply for, shitty apartments. But other than that, click the video on the right side of your screen. And if you don't, next time you go out in public, drunk people will be very loud around you. Louder than usual.